Om Gam Ganapataye Vigna Vinashakaya Manovancha Falapradayakaya Ishaputraya Namaha. Om Brahmasthane Virata Rushi Mandalam Uttishta Uttishta. Om Hram Hrim Hraum Saha Graharajaya Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Adityaya Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Shanibhyascha Rahave Ketave Namaha. Om Vaishravanaya Maheshwaraya Indraya Vaishwanaraya Yamadharmarajaya Nirutyaya Varunaya Vayudevaya Namo Ashtadikpalakaya Namaha. Om Vaastu Purushaya Vidmahe Bhumi Putraya Dhimahi Tanno Navanidhi Prachodayat. Mitraya Namaha. Welcome to the most precious Vaastu Power, the wonderful chain of videos, one by one to be released by VSPTenneti channel. Welcome to the Inside Chamber. Yes. Trust me, you can become a Vaastu expert within no time. Be the guided force for a happy living. Vaastu Power. Precise tips to build lucky, happy spaces and homes. The very first basic point where people are confused with Vaastu is identifying the right direction. Yes, that is a very tough point. They never understand how to identify the right direction. You have to understand the simple steps. Hear me carefully. You will know about it completely. When you stand facing east, you are facing east, Purva Dwara. To your left hand side is north, to your right hand side is south, and to your back side is west. So the four directions are east, west, north and south. When you visit a place, how do you identify the directions? You have to use a magnetic compass. When you are able to have a compass in your hand, you should understand if it is kept still, held in a hand or on some surface, the pointer arrow always faces north. As indicated in the beautiful instrument of a compass, if the pointer is touching the N or the north inscription, it is the right direction. When you know the north, automatically you should know the opposite of that direction is south, and in the front side is the east and the back side is the west. You have to practice taking a compass and first identify and confirm the directions frequently. Then a compass is one of your valuable tools for a Vaastu exponent. Vaastu power. Yes, Vaastu is an ocean. Yes, there are some people who may say that Vaastu is nonsense. It is fine. There is no worry about it. If the eyes are not on the right spot and the nose is slightly twisted and the right hand is also bent towards the left and the right leg is shorter than the left leg, even then, no matter, nothing will happen. You are physically challenged. Why should you worry? Honestly telling you, if you can get along without using glasses and you can see clearly, why should you buy one? If you are able to walk without a hand stick, why do you need it? The moment you see the word Vaastu or Vaastu power, just move away. Don't even try to hear about it, because you can live without Vaastu. Let us not say they are Vaastu defective houses or Vaastu defective places. They are Vaastu challenged places. From 1979, myself being into astro, numero, palmistry and Vaastu, having visited 1 lakh and above of clients and thousands of factories and houses, having updated myself to the maximum knowledge of Vaastu, and having had written more than for 6 months in one of the popular newspapers of South India, the Deccan Chronicle, elaborate articles about Vaastu. I would love to clarify and give few tips for a happy living. Yes, Vaastu power, the precise tips to build lucky, happy spaces. It's an ocean of a subject. If I have to talk completely, only, exclusively about the entire Vaastu, it could be split into 2 levels. One is the residential Vaastu, the other is the commercial Vaastu. Only on residential Vaastu, I can talk non-stop for not less than 21 hours. It is such an ocean of a subject. And the commercial Vaastu, or the Vaastu pertaining to factories or companies, is one more voluminous subject. I would like to give you bits, very important, accurate information about Vaastu power one by one. Let me reveal it to you. The magnetic pointer should always be facing and showing the north direction before you conclude the directions of a plot, land or house. A 5-degree tilt is acceptable because it keeps drifting every 6 months from January, Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. One more important point is, you have to understand that rectifications are very important. Every direction is good. Never consider any direction as bad, whether it is north, east, south or west. Take care that the opposite sides are equal and the southwest corner is perfectly 90 degrees angle. Yes, you should be very careful about it. The southwest angle of any plot, land or a house should and must be exactly, accurately 90 degrees. East facing house is that house which has an east approach road and the east as main entry. Do not consider your face while you enter. You enter facing west into an east facing house. Facing is attributed to the house or land, not to you. Many people wrongly conclude that the house is east facing while they enter east facing. If they are entering east facing into the house, if their face is facing east, they are entering into a west facing house, exactly opposite. Now you should understand the importance of all the 4 directions, east, west, north and south. Yes, I am telling you, they are very practically powerful. East direction is for money, fame, good relationships. Yes. North direction is fame, money, goodwill and all the transactions. The east direction priority is money followed by fame. North direction, fame is the priority followed by money. West West direction is very good. It is perfectionism, principles, ethics, and leadership qualities. South direction or south facing, there is activity, zeal, enthusiasm, and being busy. It's a karma dwar. These are the four important directions. And if you consider the plot as an east plot, there has to be a road on the east. If you consider the land as west facing, it should have the main road on the west. If you consider the plot as a north facing, there should be a road on the north. And if you consider the plot as a south facing, there should be a road on the south. And trust me, it has to be a square or a rectangle. Opposite sides should and must be equal. This is the basic point in Vastu. If you purchase twisted plots, different angles, it is again Vastu challenged house. It is a handicapped house or a handicapped plot. Step by step as we go, I will be revealing many important things and many secrets gradually, but don't miss a bit. Please keep on moving till the last and understand them. You know, every property, plot, house or land, when it is in four directions, chatushkonas, east, west, north and south, they automatically have the eastern northeast point and northern northeast point, southern southeast point and eastern southeast point, western northwest point and northern northwest point, and western southwest point and southern southwest point, and the center point, the Brahmasthan. So, east, west, north, south, or the four directions, plus Ishanya 2 points, Agneya 2 points, Nairuti 2 points, and Vayuvya 2 points. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the Dvadasha Dishas. Urdhva Adho Dishas are also talked about in our ancient scriptures. And the Brahmasthan is a very, very precious point. Always prefer to have your main entrance in the Uttam, best zones to experience positive Vastu impact. Trust me. I'm going to give you, I've been teaching to thousands of students about Vastu from the past 3 decades. Look at this point. Divide each direction, the entire east, into 3 equal parts, and where I have ticked in red is the Uttam, and the center part is Madhyam, and where there is an into mark, it is Adham. So every direction, east, west, north and south, have got both 3 points, all the 3 points, Uttam, Madhyam and Adham. You can keenly observe this. Eastern northeast is the best, Uttam or the best zone approach main doors, eastern northeast, northern northeast, southern southeast and western northwest. These are the 4 best zone Uttam approach routes. Only these 4. If it is in the center of east or center of north or center of west or center of south, it is the Madhyam Sthan. It is neither good nor bad. It is neutralized. If the main entrance of a house or a plot or a property, even the gate or a door, is lying in the last 1/3, it is bad. That is, eastern southeast entrance or door or gate is very dangerous. Southern southwest direction is the Adham, worst zone, and western southwest direction is also a worst zone, and northern northwest is also a worst zone. So you have got the 4 Uttam and the 4 Adham. You have to remember this very clearly, understand it, practice it. When you know it, you will have these notations. You can make them even inside each room of your house, in your office spaces. You have to understand this point perfectly, the Uttam, Madhyam and Adham theory. This is going to clear away a major chunk of misunderstanding pertaining to Vastu. You have to digest this point, Uttama, Madhyama and Adhama, best, medium and worst. And remember, the fundamental rule of the placement of a house is it must have more open space on the east compared to the west, and more open space on the north compared to south. If the south is 5, the north should be at least 7 or 10. If the west is 5, the east should be at least 7 or 10. And there should always be a free space for at least a cow to go around the house. That is, an empty space between the house and the compound wall. It is very, very important. So, the house built should not be resting upon the compound wall. There should be a space. These are all very, very important things. What will happen? Nothing will happen. If you have constructed upon the wall, it is like probably your left ear, you are not able to hear properly. It's all right. You can hear with your right ear. What's wrong if you have the door here? Nothing wrong. You can move along even with one eye. Right? When one can accept being physically challenged, why can't he accept being Vastu challenged? Very simple. Don't even bother about that. The only wonder, the only thing which you should be very clearly understanding is, when you don't believe, don't be in there. That's it, very simple. Don't confuse yourself. The most important tip which I am going to tell you now, many people say the water should be on the northeast direction, Ishanya Disha, but still they do a mistake. They end up doing a very big blunder. Yes, I am giving you a very clear guidance. You might have read as fundamentals that water point is on the northeast, but that is where the major danger happens. Avoid water point here where I have marked red into. The eldest child of the house would be worthless and irresponsible. Even if he is a champion swimmer, he will not be able to swim an inch. He may be highly qualified, he may be MSc, PhD, highly qualified, but jobless. It happens because the water point is wrongly placed in the northeast direction of a house. The bore, water sump or storage should not fall upon the diagonal line which could be drawn connecting the northeast point and the southwest point. If you draw a line diagonally from the northeast Ishanya point to the southwest Nairuti point, the sump or the bore or the storage of water should not fall on that diagonal line. Not only that line, one more line, diagonal line, is from the northeast point of the constructed house to the compound wall northeast point. Even that should not be dissecting this water point. So, even upon the line drawn between the northeast point of the land and the northeast point of the constructed area, it is very important. The bore or water sump or storage should be on the northeast only, but should not fall on the diagonal line at all. It should be on any side of the diagonal. It could be the marking place with a star there. It should be either on the northern northeast or eastern northeast, where the line does not divide it. This is the most important point. If people have their bore or well or a water point or a storage sump in that northeast exact corner where the diagonal line is splitting, the eldest child becomes worthless. Caution. And once you find this fault rectified, don't seek remedial measures like piyushas, netrikas, petikas, or some tools. It should be used, the tools and the yantra should be used only when there is no other choice, when you cannot rectify or repair. So, avoid water point here. The eldest child of the house would be worthless and irresponsible. Be very careful. So now you have this episode, we have talked about the water point, which should certainly be in the northeast but not on the diagonal. Coming along with it is, even the overhead southwest water tank should not fall upon the diagonal line that passes from northeast point to southwest point. That is, when you have drawn a line from the northeast point to the southwest point, in the eastern side, that is the northeast point, you can have the ground level water, and on the western side, that is on the Nairuti point, you can have the storage tank. So, even the overhead southwest water tank should not fall upon the diagonal line that passes from northeast point to southwest point of the building. Sudden abortions, miscarriages, and no pregnancy could be the outcome. The water tank should fall on the southwest only, but not on the diagonal line. This is important. It's all about faith, and you just don't have to bother when you don't believe it. If you can see without glasses, you don't need one. If you can walk without a hand stick, you don't need one. Remember it. No other corner is favorable for the water point other than northeast for the ground level and southwest at the top roof. When there is no other way, there are people who can pave a typical way that you can move it to the center of east or center of north. That is a secondary question. We are now talking about the rules of Vastu. When you are finding a defective Vastu house, don't call it defective, evil, and insult it. You should respect every house. Do not call it a Vastu defective house. Life goes on even without any correction or rectification. Just call them Vastu challenged houses. Never try to give advice to people when they don't believe it. It is very important. Don't keep on poking your nose and talking about the negativities of Vastu existing in their house and frighten them. Let them live free when they don't believe. Let them enjoy when they don't trust. Vastu power. Precise steps to build lucky, happy spaces. Many informative, inspiring videos coming up soon on the same topic. The placement of the kitchen, beds and bedrooms, toilets and commodes, mirrors, shower points, electricity and gadgets, dining and the utility area, how to sit in the right angle while you eat, where to grow plants, trees, and talking about the street blows, where the doors should be rightly placed, how the windows should be. I would talk about the ventilators, the drainage point, the parking location, study place for children, and many more to be uploading soon. Yantras, mantras, tantras, rituals, lohakonas, kholkas, piyushas, petika prayogas, netra pitham, netra panjaram, khadga malika yantras, so much more. Welcome to the inside chamber. It is all about faith, and you just don't have to bother when you don't believe it. Do not call it a Vastu defective house, trust me. Life goes on even without any correction or rectification. Just call them Vastu challenged houses. Welcome into Vaastu power. Thank you very much. This is Vaastu power. First episode 1. I'm going to give you many more. Just enjoy and comment. Please like, pass it on. Let others be benefited. Become a Vaastu expert within no time. Be the guiding force for happy living. Mitraya Namaha, Aditya Sakshi, Sampurna Raksha. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being with me in the inside chamber of VSPTenneti channel. Om Shanti.